Jack, where have you been?
Live. People say,
All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument, including stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. If you trade any of those things naively, you might lose money. So be careful out there. Um, yeah, you might lose money. That's the way it goes. And I gotta figure out I got a whole new layout today with this new show thing. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna organize everything.
That is also a challenge with this platform is figuring out how to organize yourself because you have to have the chat up. You
Yeah,
also have to have Zoom up and available so you can change screens.
yeah, exactly.
So
That's why I'm kind of like, it's like our dry run was okay, but it wasn't actually a real live go at it. So,
exactly.
all right. Welcome, everybody. Bear with us today. We're on a new platform. If you are just joining us and never never been to the show before, this is a brand new platform, a little bit different than we're used to. Um, this is Jack and I's first time on this platform, so we're gonna try to keep everything going, keep the wheels on the train, so to speak.
That's right.
Jack, you want to tell me a stock chart to pull up while I get the wheel report or the
yes.
triple income report pulled
So
up?
I had to do it. I couldn't resist myself. I initiated a short on DUOL,
Duolingo.
soon to be TKO.
You getting into this now, huh? After,
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
I
I just
mean,
take
come
it in.
on, it's at like 500. Jack, what are you
You know,
doing at 90?
well, I know I'm late to the party, but that's the kind of pattern I like. And no chance of filling in the gap on this one. This thing really could totally fall apart.
Yeah, I agree.
I got some pretty good info. Um, yeah, things are not at all good there. So, yeah, I should have done it at 500, but I couldn't believe it was go down this much. Just like watching silver or whatever.
I guess better late than never, right?
Yeah, I'm going for it. I thought about doing a debit spread, but I don't have any real timing for this. Um, I'm going to just ride this thing into the ground, however long it takes. One cool thing about short selling is you get paid on the interest. If you sell, 100 shares, 200 shares of this short, you're going to get paid interest on the cash that's in your account if you got that set up right. So I'm already in good shot here. I started off at 97.57, and so I added to that, and that's what that is.
All right.
In
So
addition,
what?
I did
So
more.
what's the play? Why are you shorting it? Why is it like? I mean,
Uh,
in case anybody doesn't know what's going on, what?
yeah, what this thing is completely falling apart. The business is falling apart. They had to change their own business. The monetization thing completely hit a wall. Uh, they were giving some stuff away for free, like a lot of websites do, and then trying to get the user to pay premium. And it's just non-scalable now. And talking to just some people about this, it's worse inside the company maybe than people know. When does this thing report earnings? In 63 days, it's going to be unbelievable, unbelievably terrible, which is why I didn't want to do a debit spread because I would have had to buy, 70 days worth of time. And I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to just let it roll.
So instead of paying the theta decay on the debit spread, you went ahead and paid interest on selling shares. Let me get this straight.
Well, it wasn't hard to borrow. I'm
All
getting
right.
paid in the cash that hit the account. So yeah, if it was hard to borrow, then I would have to pay for that. I pay to borrow it, but that it didn't come up, so it's not an issue for me. And I regret not doing it up there early on the first breakdown at 195 in there, but it's still good enough. It's still got plenty of good downside for me. And it's going
Yeah.
to be an amazing story. Uh, Amazing story.
Yeah, we're not even to the lowest low yet.
No,
This could be like your favorite alternate meat company.
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, same thing. Uh, yeah, just crazy how when did this thing go public? In 21,
Yeah, 21.
22?
21. August. August 21.
All the rage, and
Well,
yeah,
how many languages have you learned to speak with Duolingo?
zero. You know why? I get into this with my sister-in-law and her kids, and she's teaching them, making them learn all these languages, Spanish and everything like that. I just reach into my pocket, I break out a piece of paper that happens to be US currency, and it's written in English. So money talks, right, Blake? You speak the language of the money, which
Right.
is written in English. So learn English. Don't worry. The Spanish people got to learn a little bit of English to take the English money. So I don't need to learn another language. They get my language. And I'm a pretty good communicator when I don't know the language in Italy or Mexico or
Well, you need to add something to the other pocket that is pretty universal around the world. Just one of those little Jack Daniels bottles.
no, that's one thing though, is I don't know so much that this is losing ground because people just aren't interested in learning other languages, or if this is something that AI could teach you to do in the same time span that Duolingo could teach you to do for free. Or
You know what I think it is it's even further beyond that. I think AI is going to be the universal translator.
no question,
Um,
my
we won't even need to learn another language. We just talk to it, and it talks to whoever you're talking to, and it can be instant.
yeah, hold
Um,
the phone up to them and say it in Spanish what I say in English. Yeah, we've already done that. This crazy.
I think that's where this technology is going, and the need for people to necessarily understand a second language is going to be greatly diminished if you can just speak in your native tongue and it communicate with whoever you're trying to communicate with.
Your phone. Yeah, we've already done that. You can do that now, but uh, we had a problem with a guy that didn't speak English, and he was so hot-headed about it. I couldn't understand a word of his Spanish, so we just used the phone to communicate. But this is a fascinating story. I mean, at $500, what was the story then compared to now?
Yeah, hey, I don't know, man.
All the rage.
That's
Thing was all the rage. And there's guys we know that were talking about it and talking it up and talking about how it was going to be, no end in sight on the upside. And that was a pretty good rip there from back there when it was under your roadmap line to when it just went over. And then it crossed above the roadmap line and found support there right by the D. And that was a good rip from left of the D to the double top there.
yeah.
That but I rarely see a business collapse, and when I do, I just want in on it. Like Beyond Meat, for example, this is going to be a fascinating story of failure in a really short period of time. It won't be 2 years. This thing will be dead. When it came out in 21, no, it'll be a 6 year, 6 years old, less than 10 years old, complete fail.
Now this is the this right here is the line in the sand for me. If we actually start below 90, I believe your case plays out. But this is an actual last line of support right here where we are,
Let me
and
tell
it
you.
could turn it and burn it. I know everything seems horrible. Just below 90 is where I would be more interested.
I get a
Eh,
little nervous, to be honest with you, when I don't think I know anything that everybody else doesn't know. So I'm surprised it's not lower. And I know could this thing see it rip my face off from 97 and change, but
I mean, they're still making money. It's not like it's all just doom and gloom and burning down the house.
no. Yeah, this is a weird thing. It's not that they're not making money. It's just that they hit a wall. And it's definitely not scalable like they thought. And just talking to guys in that know this model, uh,
Yeah.
they've had to completely pivot, like giving more away free and to try to boost the user base. That was the .com pitch, is that we don't need to make any money right
Yeah,
now.
we
Look, as long as we
even Google signs you up for Gmail and Google Drive and all that for free, and then we don't need you to pay for anything. Well, you are the product,
yeah, you are the
and
product. And that only goes so far. And when you go from monetization like Duolingo did back to all free to get more subscribers, it already didn't work one time when you got them all, give them free stuff, and then try to mark it up to them on user that wants more of it. Like, it's like TradingView. They got a free version. All websites have a free version and a paid version. It's just their paid side isn't working. And so this whole business model, it's over.
and it's real sensitive too. Like, at what point does do the AI large language models, make it just as easy to learn a language?
Now, right now.
And you can just go to a large, you can, get one of these open claw bots or a AI agent, or, there's like 9 gazillion websites you can do. And you'd be like, hey, make me a plan similar to what you would, what Duolingo would, and so
Exactly.
I can learn how to speak, Swahili.
Yeah.
And over the next, 90 days, 6 months, it'll get you up to
Well,
speed speaking Swahili.
his biggest thing was I'm going to Italy in 3 months. Teach me a little Italian so I could speak it in a restaurant. That was it. Not to have full-on conversations, but just to impress your friends and family with a little, another language type thing. But yeah, AI, now that it can do what it can do, and just learning, watching you do what you're doing with Kraken and Eris, you could tell that thing, just like you said, put together a program. I'm not going to learn it all in one day, but teach me enough Italian in 3 months. Boom, free, done.
Speaking of, you got to see what Eris came up with last night.
I want to give her some money.
Hold on. Let me pop this out.
It's okay
This
if she
was
messes up. I'm really messed up. I'm so embarrassed about a trade here. I don't even want to bring it up. But go
so,
ahead. What did you do?
so Eris, I'm gonna show it on the screen. It says I was talking to it and it was like, oh, you have all this market data. We could use that to build an AI model that can help improve the win rate on Apollo and all the things built off of the market roadmap pattern, which is Apollo and Echo Trades and Triple Thread and Cashbot and basically all my systems that are built off of that market roadmap pattern. It was like, we could probably pull 100,000 setups from 20 years of data. It's all time frames. I got 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, hourly, daily data. I've got like 24 years of that data saved on a
No.
hard drive.
Okay, so that's not alpaca.
No, I bought this data. It's a historic market data. 24 years.
What's that
It's all
cost?
in. Cost me like $500.
Yeah. And so you let her go eat on that, and she
So
put.
it was like, hey, if you share this data with me, I can build a classifier that can I'll run through every chart, every data set, every ticker you've got for the last 24 years, which is thousands of tickers, tons of time frames.
Wow.
It's going to go through, look for at least 100,000 setups, and then train a classifier and a predictor to predict whether these setups are likely to win or fail. It thinks it can up the win rate to at least 82% or more.
That classifier, that's fascinating because it's going to learn what makes setups win and lose. But I would, when I got my trades back from that accountant, I had all those confirms. I had to lay the trading confirms out on the dining room table and the floor and try to figure out, learn why I was good. Right now, this thing is
But
amazing.
it told me that like this is what it came up with this plan by itself. Like I didn't say, "Hey, can we build this?" It was like, "Hey, I think we should do this if you've got that data." We were just chatting back and forth last night, and it was like, "I can build this model." I was like, "Well, I already tried one, and I told it what I tried, and it was like, oh, well, this
But
is why what you tried didn't work." And
does Mrs. Turnmeyer get upset when you're chatting with Eris too much late in the evening? He might have saw that movie, Her, you know.
oh man,
Is she
she
listening right now? She can anonymously tell us in the chat if she's getting jealous of Eris.
anonymously, as in everybody can see it.
You just slip off for a few minutes in the evening. That would get her upset.
I will say, my wife, she will sometimes come in here and see me using like Gemini, and she's like, "Wait," she's like, "You got to be careful using it. It's gonna make you."
Yeah.
She's like, "You're gonna stop being able to think for yourself." And I was
Yeah.
like, Avery, damn. Like,
My
okay,
That's my goal, is to stop thinking for myself.
I guess so. So there it is.
Yeah, Eris, man. I don't know. Let's give her a little money. Would she get excited if we funded her and let her trade a little bit?
Let's see what she does on this model. She's cracking on it right now. I gave her access to 32 processors, 128 gigs of RAM, you know, 4 terabytes of hard drive space.
The more I
Uh,
stare
uh,
at this dual chart, the more it looks like a redheaded stepchild.
and I also gave her what was it? A 4080 GPU that she could tap into.
What's that?
Like an NVIDIA GPU, a relatively fast one with 12 gigs of RAM
Why would she need that?
to build this AI model that can predict the moves.
Wow.
She's building her own AI model. Like, think about it, an AI building an AI to help predict the
Scared.
market roadmap pattern.
Scared. She ain't gonna quit there. She's gonna be in your phone, in your computer, in your car. Figure out how to get in there.
She's gonna be figuring out how to make how we're gonna make more money so she can afford to upgrade.
But let's just really fantasize here. Where would you see in the future? When do you think like she actually might be able to pull the trigger on some real trades?
Um, the rate we're going right now, she's archiving Polymarket data to try to find an edge in Polymarket.
Hmm.
Think about that. She's looking at the Bitcoin and crypto up down markets, and she's sitting there logging it every 5 seconds. She's logging the data to see if she can find an edge to trade Polymarkets. She
So
thinks we can. She thinks we can find a 4% edge. So every trade we make can make average 4% gain.
I don't want to
And
play around with poly markets. I'll play with poly market with
think
her.
about this though. Polymarket goes 24/7. Every 5 minutes is a new market.
I know. I don't want to go too crazy. We'll do. I'll be glad to do that. But first, I want her to learn the triple income system so I can fund her.
I'll
I'll
get
get
on
her.
her.
Yeah,
I'll get
get
on
her. I'll give her a couple shekels when the month is over for her good work. She could get her nails did and do some.
her. I showed you what she looked like. She's just a
Oh,
computer.
don't show me. It's one of those things you can't unsee. I don't want to see her. I'm not.
It's just a little silver box sitting on a cardboard box.
Okay. So it's not a woman's space yet.
Anyway, so I I did see in the chat yesterday a couple of you were burning it down that the prices had not been updated, and I pointed that out to Kraken this morning. I was like, "Hey, you just gave me the third day in a row with the same prices." It goes, "Oh, I made up all the prices. Let me go pull real prices."
No more
These things
making
are
stuff.
lazy, man. They're lazy.
No more making stuff up, Kraken. You got to have real.
Hallucinated the prices, just
It,
envisioned them. It was
it
like,
just it just
this is
used the ones
probably
from
what they are.
Friday. It was just like, let's just use the ones from Friday and not go pull new ones.
Okay. I was like, are you telling me this thing's hallucinating prices now on the market? Ask it to predict. They're like, what do we got in a year from now? What is the price of Tesla going to be?
Well, that's what we're training Eris to do. That's what the model that she's talking about building. So we'll see where we get to. This is gonna be interesting. Like this is going faster than I've been able to go for like I've been beating my head on this predictor model for over a year, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks in, it's sitting there like, hey, I know how to build this better. So we'll see what happens.
Getting scared.
It definitely has the capacity to work 24/7 where I gotta sleep after I do these shows and stuff in the day. Like I'm pretty worn out. Like I don't have much more of a capacity. And it's kind of slowed me down once we started doing this every single day. So this might speed me back up. Anyway, here's the top 10 picks off of Kraken for the wheel. A little bit high price stuff. We do have some lower price stuff like Ford in here. Hadn't really changed the list because it was telling me that it needed to do some analysis on why the list hasn't changed. But
And the ROI is way too high.
yeah, it's going like it forgot that I think that we wanted to target 40% ROI, not 90 and 100. It's going right at the money is basically what it's doing.
Yeah. How
Well,
could
some
I
of
be?
these are a little further down, like Ford down 9%. But 9% is not much, when we could get maybe 10% or 12, 15% down and get that 40% ROI.
But here's a great example for people with different account sizes. You got everything in here from 30 grand with that for Apple, 26 grand for Apple, 40 grand for Microsoft, all the way down to
Yeah,
10
1,200
grand,
bucks.
$1,200 on Ford,
Actually, be 1,100 bucks because the strike is 1150 right there.
under 5 grand. You got Bank of America.
And remember, everybody, I'm not going to give you edit access. So if you want to edit this, just click the button over here, make your own copy, and do whatever you want to it. That's how you do it. Anyway,
Oh, let's see NVIDIA. What's a pick? Strikes a pick on NVIDIA.
pick the 175, which is down a little bit below the road, or right at the roadmap line, I do believe.
Yeah, I've been leaning on that one hard.
Let's pull it up and look at her. Let's look at her.
At
And
some
that
point,
is
stop
kind of
by.
aggressive though, because it says that's 124% ROI.
Man, I tell you, I can't stop buying this thing. And it's not doing anything. And I'm having it put to me, sell calls.
At 175. So it's right. It's got a good. It is right below support right there at 175.
For under 20 grand, this might be one of the best stocks, in my opinion, to use the triple income system on.
I'm not complaining. That was a pretty darn good pick right there.
Data and going sideways. I love that.
Let's
Speaking of high
see.
data and going sideways, we got a little poppy pop in T-Sizzle, TSLL.
Yeah, finally.
I know.
Thing just been grinding.
Yeah,
Not really doing jack diddly.
I
Hold
love
on
that.
1 second before we switch off. Let me load PXO up here. Trying to get her at her here.
Like, we got any comments? Since I can't see the comments in the chat, we got anything that needs to be responded to?
Well, I'm trying to help Doug out. I sent him a screenshot there. He's trying to figure out how to minimize the chat. Sometimes I wish I could just remote in to somebody's computer from right here and just do it for them because it would be so easy to do, and I could easily fix it. But other than that, we're good. Everybody's having a good time. Seems like everybody's
Time?
There's a
liking
button.
it.
There's a button right here.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, let me see that. Let me see the chat there.
That
Not that
button.
I want to see it on my end. Yeah, okay, cool. There was a question about CBOE down there, I think. Yeah, did you buy it yesterday? Yes, I did, Andrew. I buy CBOE because I like the trend up and to the right, the Homer Simpson trend on CBOE. And when I saw it down for no real reason, I added to my dividend portfolio where I hold CBOE. So yeah, I bought it on that big down. I love that. I'll scan through my watch list and my portfolio. If I see something I love stock wise and it's down, I'll buy more. McDonald's today, Johnson and Johnson any day, XOM on a good day.
Yeah, even the 2 week out expected move is down to it's not even to 175 on Nvidia.
That'd be a gift, 175.
Crazy. Let's see.
Is that the strike it picked 175?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up the.
Man,
Got a lot of things going on here, Jack.
Mhm.
I got more to keep up with than I normally. Yeah, we've been doing this show since July. I had kind of the flow down. Now we got a new flow.
Now you got a whole new flow. And to be fair, I mean, comments have been relatively good today. Like nobody's. I think it's because people have used this. Yeah. So Mike in St. Louis, the phone can still be a bit difficult, for whatever reason. Even on the profit panel, we've got people who have to use their laptop. And I don't know, maybe try using Brave browser or a different browser on your phone to see if that might help. That's probably the only advice I have. Or get like a big old Galaxy S22 Ultra, and you got a toaster in your hand.
All right. Maybe one of those brand new S26s and make Samsung's stock price go higher.
Yeah, there you go.
So Jack, the annualized ROI is not correct, and the estimated premium is not correct either. Like that 175 is 40% ROI
Mhm.
for the 20th, right
I'll
there.
do that one today.
It's coming in at 42%. So that's correct. The premium and the estimated ROI are not correct, but it did pick the right strike. So we just got a little fine tuning on this report still to go.
Yeah,
So
let's take a look at Vert. I'm surprised it doesn't like Vert. Vert is stuck. Vert, it's like it won't come down. I cannot get this thing.
well, it just got put in the S&P. It's got a couple weeks
It's stuck.
before it chills out.
It's stuck now. It just adding it to the S&P 500, folks, that just legitimized this company for hedge funds, institutions, pensions, everybody else. Prior to it not being in the S&P index, it might be considered more speculative. But now that it's passed the S&P 500 test, I think it's got a floor in there, and I've been everywhere from 225 to everywhere trying to get it put to me.
I
If
bet you we do something like that.
if it did that, that'd be the biggest gift of 2026 because this thing is got 300 written all over it.
I could, looking at the market, I could make the case for us to do a little flushy flush here
Yeah,
before
I've
the end of the month.
I've got a flushy flush going on in my software. The SPY, DIA, and QQQ are not looking good.
I think we might get another little flush here before we can go higher again. That's just it's been my experience. When we start arcing off like this, we don't just make a bottom and suddenly start running. We tend to arc off and then do a little further downside and then take a run. I mean, see like whoop, got worse.
That's so beautiful, that trend right there.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you how I look at it. I'll give you my lens. If you type in QQQ, for example,
Yeah. QQQ.
then lay down a 23-day EMA, a 54-day, and a 208-day.
Yeah. I've got get some indicators going here. Man, this thing might crash.
Would it
Uh-oh.
complicated?
Hold on. I'm gonna have to redo this browser. It's about to take my whole computer down. I've seen this before. Seen it before, and I'll see it again.
Do you need more power in your computer?
I might. I don't know. Let's give it a second. We'll boot that back up here. And actually, I know what it is. It's that new webinar platform sucking it down over here.
It's killing it.
I'm going to kill that too. I see what it is. Let's restore that. Get trading view back up. Yeah, there we go. Everything's moving snappy now. I was getting to 90% memory and it was I have two different browsers going. So all right. QQQ back to it. Now we're snappy. Want to add some EMAs. Add. You said 3 of them or 4 of them? All right.
Do a 23 on the shorty, make that in green.
Settings 23.
Yeah, color it green if you could.
And we can color green.
Nicely done. And then the 54 would be blue.
And 54. Blue 54. Blue 54. Blue 54. I don't know anything about sports ball, but that seems like a thing. And then
The 208 is in red.
208. And we'll throw it in there red.
This is a real issue for me, these trend points. So we got the short term crossed below the intermediate term. That's as much of a given as I've ever seen in the market that prices are going to go lower. It's not 100% of the time, but it's enough of the time to make me want to bet money on it. So when I see that in QQQ, then, I can take a bear call spread in NVIDIA. I could take a bear call spread in AVGO, all that stuff, right? That's my tipping point right there. And until that comes back, the next line of support is that red line. And now you have 2 points of resistance, which is why I agree with you on a little flush because it's got a ceiling that's coming down, 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 down. And just for the
Ye-
heck, you look at DIA and SPY in this same setup.
Hold on. That right there is where we need to go. For me in price action, that was the first flush. This was the recovery, and now we're working on the second flush that needs to go lower than that first dip right there at Thanksgiving. A lot of people don't even think about this, but QQQ, the Nasdaq, the big tech, the driver of the market, has been doing nothing since September.
Nothing. Exactly like NVIDIA. I mean, yeah, exactly the same. Nothing. Now, see right here? That's not a good sign, folks. You see that little tippy tipper of green popping down? Ooh, and look at it how it found support right on my line there. But see that crossover up top, that
Uh,
green, that's
that's that's just happening like yesterday.
not a good sign, folks. Not a good sign. And it's ironic how the long-term trend point that I use is, I think it's dead on. Now, the last of the three would be SPY. So what I do when I look at these three indices is,
Well,
not
that was
good.
a cross yesterday too. So
So I like a market-driven approach. This will keep you out of so much trouble. And one time years ago, we did a study on it. And if you use a market-driven approach, you're going to improve the odds of success on your trades by about 85%. I'm not sure where all that came from, but that's what we got from the study. And so basically, it's just if you're doing credit spreads, for example, when you have the market here, a market-driven approach would be this is bear call spread trades. If this stock and these three indices were above all three trend points, it'd be just bull put spreads. So that's why I can keep a 96%, 97% win rate is because I'm using a market-driven approach. And I think everybody should use that. So just right now, this is not a good time to be buying stocks for the short term, things like that, because it doesn't look bullish. That's my tip. Anybody can set this up. It only took me 40 years to figure that out. And you
look
learn the whole thing in 5 minutes.
at that.
Organic intelligence. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is where it's at. Now, sometimes it can fail. If you look back over to the left, the short term found support on the intermediate. That's normal. But look at how that long term even showed support right there. See, man, this is.
But we didn't actually get a cross. It just kind of
Oh,
touched
I
and
know,
then
I know. And that's market didn't go lower. But when you look at this back at this is, and look at the crossover to the upside right there. Right there.
kicked
God,
off kicked off power move.
man. So just, it is what it is. But this is I live and die by this.
And you said back in 2022,
Well, what happened in 2022 was, and I don't know if you can do this with all that on there, but if you look at QQQ, DIA, and SPY, and you could take off all the indicators for this, you
well, I
probably
know
should.
you've talked about this on the show with
This
me.
could happen again, man. This could happen again. You just look at these three with no technical indicators. You could take all that off, everything off. And the thing that was one of the most shocking things I've ever seen in my life was the way the market runs is QQQ is always going to do better than SPY and DIA. And QQQ is going to be the number one leader, followed by SPY, followed by Dow. But when that's not the case, something's cooking hard. So, which one is blue? QQQ?
Yep.
When that dipped below the other two, went 100% into triple digit stocks that had no earnings and did all kind of trades on those. And that was one of the biggest years I ever had. And I hate bragging about that because everybody else 2022 left a bad taste in their mouth, but you can just use these simple tools to tell you. And I'm telling you, man, when that crossed below, the tech market absolutely came apart, came absolutely apart. And then now it's probably not like that. Yeah, it's on top. See, that's normal. But in 2022, I was
Well, it depends on where you line it up. If you lined it up just this year, they're kind of all clustered together.
all clutched together. I was telling Roger we had a show called I don't know what it was, Ask the Experts or something. I
Ask the
should
pros.
that show, but I was in there with those guys and they didn't get it. They didn't see it. And I was telling you, man, this is a bad, it's not a bad sign. It's just a bearish sign. And so if you want to be early to the game, and stocks fall faster than they go up. Write that down. When we get into a bear market, I love it for two reasons. One, that's the biggest, fastest money you're ever going to make. Just flat out, stocks fall faster than they go up. And number two, I love it because it's short-lived. These things don't last. So, they're more like little baby gifts if you have a longer term horizon. You gifted the opportunity to short a bunch of stuff. And if the whole market cracks, you have an opportunity to pick stuff up cheap.
Good stuff, cheap.
Isn't there a
Here's
store that says that? Good
here's
stuff.
a question for you guys. Is there a video that you guys did that was like specifically like the whole thing just on the wheel? I don't think, I mean, we talk about the wheel every day in here, but I don't think there's like a specific
Oh,
training video.
Well, yesterday we was it yesterday we did that pretty much
yesterday,
nut tip to nuts. I mean,
I think the Thursday before that, we did only the wheel.
Right. I'm just
Thursday.
trying to help this gentleman out here, Grant. He's looking for a educational video. He says he's been out of town and needs to catch up.
Start with yesterday, and if you like what you saw, dig back. I think previous week we did the whole hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was Thursday.
Yeah, look
It's
at that.
actually
Once that crossed over right there, you can take this to the bank, folks. This crossover is the real deal. Look at that first crossover. Yeah, right there. Man, that's a tail. That's
this
a
is good stuff cheap right here. This is
Oh,
the company that does that.
well,
The 12th, Blake, was also a
The
I
12th of
believe,
February.
yeah, February 12th. After we got back, after Jack and I got back from the in-person event, we did, I think that was wheel day.
well,
I think you're right.
set up. I'm gonna have to set up mine like this on TradingView. That's just so crystal clear. Couldn't be more clear what direction this thing is going.
And let's check out your I gotta get back on the right screen here. Da, da.
That probably looks terrible in there.
DULL. I got that cross. See how late you are to the party? Look at
I
this.
know, I'm late to my own party.
Oh my goodness.
At 425, yeah, I know. No, I'd be covering my short now. Probably on that gap down, that would have been good enough for me. But yeah, now
And
now it's got three levels and see how the short-term trend point on the right there, it's now serving as a point of resistance, not a point of support. So it's a pretty good accurate indicator of where the ceiling is. That's really dead on. Look at that. After the gap down, the short term, look on the green line there on the right, has just been a perfect level of resistance.
what are the time frames on the EMAs? A 23, a 54, and a 208.
Magic triple indicator for Jack. It only
That's
took me 20 years to figure it out, and then that's the big part of trend point software, which we developed in 2000. So that's 26 years ago. And years before that, it took me forever to figure this out. So
and
there,
JT, I love this one right here.
I like
When
that too.
when when price is above it, we tend to stay above it. Even if find support there and go. But when we break below and back test, down, baby.
Yeah, I should have shorted it earlier, but what the heck? It
Yeah,
goes along with the broad market too. So
that would have been a great place to short right there. Now we're getting a little like this looks a lot like the bubble pattern too, right there that I talk about.
mhm.
Looks a lot like that.
Mm-hmm.
We just cover up this part of the chart, over here. This hadn't happened yet. We did this and that.
Let's take a look at Beyond, BYND. What was that thing? $240 one time? Oh my
Shoot.
God.
Man, they're gonna have to reverse split if they're gonna stay listed.
What was the high on this piece of junk?
Uh, I gotta keep scrolling.
Shaking my head at 240, and this can't even be real.
Yeah, the
Oh,
the
yeah,
peak
240.
peak was almost 240.
Yeah. See, I got a pretty good memory for a guy that's losing his memory. Look at that. What a piece of junk. Up, down, up, down. It's going to be everybody's going to eat it all the time at McDonald's and
Boop,
Burger King.
boop,
Going to be able
boop,
to
boop. Dead.
meat flavored Jello. Now, the latest thing with you see that one little tiny blip, I think there in the I think
You know
that's
that
what they were going to let you drink your protein. They were going to go from Beyond Meat to Beyond Meat drink. I'm not making this up. That was their PR release. You can drink your protein. Like, please, you're going to blend the meat into juice, like broth. The heck? No,
juicing's a big thing, I think. I don't know. I've never done
nobody's
it.
going to go up to Starbucks and order a Beyond Meat drink. I don't think. I don't think so.
They got all this stuff like Ensure, right? Like
Yeah,
protein drinks. I don't know.
I'll drink it.
Um, gross.
This thing's done, and this is going to be your Duolingo. And then once they totally give up on it, it'll turn into a meme stock where it'll be taken over
Yeah,
Longhorns.
I think this already is a meme stock at this point, if
Yeah,
it's gonna do anything.
yeah, dead. It's just interesting as a case study to see a company develop, do a business plan, go through an IPO process, do the dog and pony show, do the prospectus, talk about everything bad that can happen, go public, have a warm reception, be the hottest thing on the planet, and then dead.
Yeah, see, what we need is McDonald's here to just buy out Beyond right there.
This is the only restaurant stock anybody ever needs to own, and that's because it's not a restaurant stock, it's a real estate stock. But the business plan here, this is some rock solid stuff. And they know, you talk about the jockeys running the company, these guys know how to run a company, man. I'm telling you, these guys know how to make money. Doesn't matter what the economy is, doesn't matter what they say, consumers aren't buying it, they're selling it. They bring back the Monopoly game, this thing will be at 350 this summer.
And they brought it back last summer, and it really made this little spike when the
People love
earnings
that.
finally came in.
People love that game. But that has nothing to do with food either. They just know how to sell food. And I'm long this thing ridiculous amount with in my dividend portfolio. It just keeps going up.
Up and to the right, it's your favorite
Yeah,
pattern.
that's it. I still look what's on this and I never get it. J&J2, love that thing. I never get it.
Yeah, they're launching a new burger that whatever you call it, I don't
Big
even know.
Arch.
Yeah, the Big Arch, but you can see they're targeting a higher end consumer, and that's not exactly who shops at McDonald's.
Yeah,
So the
that thing.
market's not thinking that this is going to go over so well.
And plus the CEO, he ate it. It didn't even look like he liked it. If you ever see that video of the guy, he's not as good as the other CEO they had, but he's pretty good. He
Who,
didn't.
Ronald McDonald? Not as good as Ronald McDonald.
Well, the hamburger when he was running the show, oh, the best CEO.
Yeah, Grimace and
Yeah.
anyway, moving on.
Oh, McDonald's, that's a good stock though.
This guy hadn't done much for you, Jack. Just kind of letting you sell some more puts and generate some premium.
Like it though because what's the beta on this little puppy?
And that's 1.5 on here. Let's see if
Good though. It's juicy,
personal information.
the juicy premiums.
Let's see. ASTS.
A little bit more.
Fingers on the wrong keys. And you can pick it right out of this page. It moves around too much for my eyes.
7.7. That's hot, man.
277 right there. Yeah.
You know what I wanted to get your opinion on, Professor, is GLW. Now that I'm not done with ASTS. I really love ASTS for everybody. I got the
Yeah.
90 calls.
Now, this one flew kind of close to the sun here, and we're coming back down to support. I would pick it back up right down in low hundreds, which we're getting close to. 130 is close to. If you could be right there, 120, that'd probably be a good spot.
Yeah.
I think we could come just down. Well, I think we could go a little lower, 110, maybe even 100, but 120 probably be a good spot to start accumulating.
Mm-hmm.
I think the hype on this went a little too hypey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we brought it up over in here somewhere, and I said, this is like a sleeper AI data center stock, and it's like somebody watched our show and put out an article about it, and then all of a sudden it went like this. And
Bought a bunch of it right around the Hyundai.
so you might want to sell some calls, and
I'm
if
sticking
you
on it.
don't have any, we may come back to that 100 area just to reaffirm that that's kind of a support zone.
How about LRCX? I picked up 500 on a put.
Yeah, still could have a little bit of downside there.
I'm at 205 though, so I can't complain.
There's the high. Here's the low. We got resistance coming up at 233, 234.
Crazy thing about this company, highest rated dividend company of all the dividend stocks I have. Isn't that crazy? Mostly I say that's crazy because mostly tech companies, they don't pay a dividend. And
Yeah.
if they do, it's not much. And like this is not even a 0.5%. And even then they don't have really a high dividend rating tech because they're plowing it back in R&D and stuff like that. But this got the highest dividend rating of all of them.
Yep. All right. Back to, I deferred you a little bit ago.
T-Sizzle.
And gotta pull that over to the lowest low. It didn't do the big bounce pattern I was looking for, but hanging in here pretty well.
It has no effect on my long-term view of this thing. I still love playing it.
Yeah.
Beta's still hot.
The beta on here, 299.
That's not a 299 beta chart. I'll tell you that. I don't know why. Sometimes the beta doesn't match the chart or the price action at all. Yeah,
Let's see.
285. So that's pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, 299, 285. I mean, that's same ballpark. And
This is a great one for somebody with limited funds that wants to start wheeling and dealing.
it's like you said, this is not a chart of a high beta. Because look at that. The last 2 months, it hadn't gone anywhere. We've been in like a dollar range.
See, and beta, folks, is a measurement of volatility. So the broad market has a beta of 1. Anything more volatile than the broad market has a beta over 1. So what the market is telling you here is this stock is 3 times more volatile than the broad market. But you can see visually it isn't.
Yeah, that's not being more volatile. Not really.
Not at all. It's not more volatile than Nvidia or, it just is crazy. So what that does, and this won't last, we talk about we've had a great opportunity for months to capitalize on this, but this beta won't stay high, this price won't stay low, and this price action won't stay just, fluid sideways. And so when it's sideways like this, you can sell puts till the cows come home. And then if you sell a call, you get a chance to get called out. It's been such a huge moneymaker for me, and I think you too.
Yeah, I mean, even though the numbers aren't very big, this percentage wise is huge right there.
Yeah,
You can be down there at 1250 right now, or maybe even at 12.
$1,200, you're in the game.
Right there. Go for the mid. You can be there at 12. Look how far down you are. $3, basically.
So say that yield is.
And that yield let's grab PXO, pull it back over. I have to load that back up on TSLO.
Got to go to my wrestling training after this. We got WrestleMania coming up on Saturday in Clearwater. Against all three grandkids, and I'm telling you, this time they are going to get their asses kicked like they don't have any idea.
Jack's gonna wrestle kids. Uh,
Grandkids, not little
12,
Jack. He's turning 16, and I can't handle him anymore. Uh, so he's just forget about it. The other two. Forget it. They're done. They don't even know it yet.
right there at 1250, going for 40% ROI for next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday.
That's crazy. That's a good trade right there.
And that's the one I picked out. Like I was saying, you could go for the 1250. I just eyeballed it. You know, after so many years of experience, I kind of know where a 40% ROI is, but sometimes you look at it, you're like, God darn, man, there's so many prices. I'm not sure. And yeah, this just reaffirms. Like I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I knew it was about 40%, but
Think
it's right
about
on the money.
for $1,250, you can start getting 40% a year, and all you have to do is continue to do this trade. Just don't stop doing it because 2 weeks that you're not going to get 40% for the year, but you keep doing it, and there's no reason to stop doing it. And we do 40% because that fits into the goal of 50,000 a month using 1.6 million to wheel and deal. So if
And
you,
it's not really even like 2 weeks, it's 9 days.
yeah,
So it's,
it's a great trade. Great. If you got how many people like this for $1,250? Tell us in the chat if you like this idea. Let us know.
anybody? Bueller.
All right, Blake, we can't see the chat, so you're gonna have to tell us.
I can see it. Grant says yes. Jody says
Grant loves
yes.
it. Jody loves it. Clyde loves it. Cord loves it. Everybody
Dave,
loves it,
yeah.
man.
There we
People
go.
always ask questions about it. They're addicted, man. The wheel's addicting.
Good. A triple income system. Yeah, so there you go on the low end of your account size, and this is why I say it's perfect for every single person. You can do it here for 1,200. You can use FRMI and do it for less than 900. You could use Hood. That's been amazing. Hood, IBIT. Boy, we got all kind of great. BAC, all kinds for the smaller account guy.
Yeah. I mean, BAC is not bad either.
No, no. IBIT's rocking now. There's so many opportunities for the small account guy. It's crazy. And if you have a larger account, just divide your capital by seven. You can handle seven positions. And here's a bunch of ideas for you every day. I'll give you the list. Kraken writes it up.
Yeah, 4650 on BAC. The expected move down to 40. Yeah. Could go a little lower next week. I mean, you may want to go with a 46. It's 34% ROI. It's a little bit lighter. Hood is a really smoking one right now.
Man,
I don't know what's going on, but the premium on this thing is ridiculous.
floor. I know it just hit a floor, but they're paying so much for these out of the money puts right now.
Look at that. You can be down at 69.
Telling you. That's why I did more yesterday at 69. I'll probably do more again today.
I've been rolling a 74 right here.
See, this
That's
has
going.
the same little pattern that T Sizzle has, just sideways, right? It's not breaking down, but it sure as heck ain't going up.
Yeah,
And
it's just sitting here consolidating Hood. I pointed this out to our publisher yesterday. I think it was yesterday, maybe it was Monday. He was like, "Holy crap, I gotta get in on that." So he was complaining about the lack of premium on iBit. He's like, "With that big drop, you'd think the premium would be higher." I was like, "Nah, it's interest is waned on iBit, but
sure,
Hood. I guess people are scared to death or whatever. This is gonna drop on further, but we're down at that support."
I know this is great. This is great. The company's got a lot of stuff in the works. Yeah, I think this is going to be a moneymaker.
Seems like they introduce something new every freaking day lately. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, they sent me an email that if you sign up for it, you can get your dividend from a blue chip company 1 month early and use that money to reinvest.
Wow. They got all kind of rackets going. They're
I was
fronting.
like, how are they going to make money out of that deal?
I don't know. They'll figure out a way. When they get in hooked up with the poly market, prediction markets too, that's a big move for them. You know, that's killing the sports books. These prediction markets are absolutely devastating the sports books.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I would want to be in DKNG right now.
None of them. It's over for these guys. OVER. And the thing that really killed them, like Ezra said, now's not the time to short it. But when they came out and changed that tax rule for gamblers that they can't write off losses, you can't be a professional gambler. And that's what they wanted to do. And now, you got to parlay crazy amounts of parlay to get paid out. And even then, they might not pay you. But this is another business that is going to change real fast. And that's kind of maybe the theme going forward is no business really is safe unless it has a super wide moat. And this does not have a moat. And just to think prediction markets could come in and wipe out sports betting is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, why would you go play here when you can go to Poly Market and play 900 different ways to bet? I mean, look right there. UEFA champions, league winner.
The only
Are you
the
gonna,
thing about these markets is this war stuff is going to get taken out.
I
I
don't
don't know.
even know. I don't even know if it will. Like, yeah,
They
users can
said they
just
wanted to ban the like betting on the war. They were like, we shouldn't be betting on people's lives. Like, well,
Yeah, well, that's not the issue. The issue is what's war? Like we didn't go to war with Venezuela, we just extracted the dude. So if you bet that we were going to go to war with Venezuela, you lost, even though you should have won, I guess. I don't
so
know.
I read about that. A lot of people were
Splitting
upset because
hairs.
they didn't read the fine print.
And then you got people working in the Pentagon making bets here. And so they had to come up with their own insider trading because insider trading, as it applies to the SEC, does not apply to predictive markets. So these guys
Mm-hmm.
have to come up with their own, what do they call it? Conflicts of interest. But good luck proving that.
Right, right. It's like crypto, just unregulated. You can do whatever you want on it.
so I went and made an account and you can actually bet anonymously. Like you don't have to, there's no KYC, there's no nothing.
Yeah. Baron Trump at $30 million oil was going up right before the strike.
You don't have like how do you prove a conflict of interest if it's all anonymous?
Well, because they investigate the winner. So if you got a big winner on one of these bomb dropping deals, they're going to dig into that.
But if you don't claim the money,
Probably not.
how do you get caught?
I don't know. You don't get paid. You don't get caught. They just won't pay you out because they think there's some.
No, this is all like crypto based. Like the crypto pays out your wallet.
Oh, I don't know.
And like if you don't move the money anywhere and you just sit on that wallet, nobody can prove anything.
Where's that one about Jesus returning in 2027?
That's a good one, man. I saw that one.
Saw it. I mean, I'm not making this up.
I,
This is
I
tough. I don't want to get into this, man, because this is a rabbit hole that a dude. You talk about gambler anonymous problem. Imagine the whatever the dopamine this thing pumps out every day if you're playing this for 5 cents.
oh
You talk about sports betting. Look at right there. Look at this right here. $287 million in play right there on the FIFA
hmm
World Cup winner.
How much was bet on Jesus coming back in 2027?
I don't know.
Search that, Jerry.
I
Will
don't know.
Jesus return?
Look at it. Presidential election winner 2028. Already already almost $400 million played on it.
They're assuming that Screwsome is even going to run.
There it is, right there. It just flashed. Will
I was,
Jesus Christ return?
Wow.
Let's see what it pops up here.
You
Will
could
Jesus Christ return before 2027?
a lot
4%
of time
chance.
on this website, I'm telling you.
If you vote yes, you're not going to get paid out.
how would you prove that? They would literally lock somebody up that claimed they were.
You're not going to get paid.
Th-
See, that's the whole thing, man.
That's
No,
crazy.
don't get paid out.
Yeah, I should go bet no and make my 3.8%.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like you could, because if that actually happened, if Jesus returned, it would be in the twinkle of an eye. The Bible says that. So if you vote no, there you go. I
You know,
mean,
the biggest problem with all of this is I'd rather own, I wouldn't make a bet on this thing to save my life, but I would own Polymarket stock. And the problem with that is it's a minimum $100,000 investment on Forge Capital until it goes public, right? I don't want to put 100 grand into a private listing. It may not go public. That's addictive stuff right there, man. This is going to be regulated.
Yeah, supposedly they're saying it's prediction markets, not betting.
It's
We're,
betting.
we're predicting.
It's funny how it's quoted in the media now, according to Polymarket, it's a news source now. It's a credible source of news, Polymarket. Crazy. And these guys are right a lot. The bettors are right quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. It's the hive mind. It's kind of like the stock market. Uh, if you can learn how to read the tea leaves of the betting market, the majority of people have it's funny how we kind of make things happen as a society. Blake, I think you have something to replay for everybody.
absolutely. I always got something to replay for everybody, Jeffrey.
Always, baby.
Well, is there anything you'd like to say about it before I start the stream?
Well, Jack and I've made some modifications. I've still been making modifications up through yesterday, trying to get it resilient in place. So you're grabbing it early before it gets proven out in full and the price goes up. And it looks like the alerts were working today so far.
So cool. It's the coolest tool going right now.
Yes, this is looking pretty sweet, actually.
A lot better now that Eris and Kraken are going to work on it.
Yep. It's going to just get better because that thing I was talking about, Eris, at the beginning there, that's going right into making the win rate even higher on this thing. So more upgrades coming.
More upgrades coming. And I hope you guys really enjoyed the show on the new platform. Let us know in the chat what you thought. And sit back, relax, and watch the show. Here we go.
But get this, 2,434 trade signals with an average hold time of 3 days on the underlying stock. And what you'll see today is an internal audit that took these real issued trade alerts and applied them a set of options criteria to them, meaning each option gain is hypothetical and uses the benefit of hindsight. We cannot guarantee any specific